going to start recording now. So we're recording, we're live. I see that we've got people on from all over. Mpau's just joined. Hi, Mpau. So yeah, obviously we have Emerald directors, you know, Ian and Judy Murray on the call tonight, and they're going to be talking about, you know, just understanding the rank advancements a little bit more and how you can actually understand the business side of this, because a lot of people that join, I think, actually don't have a clear picture of what's actually going on in that respect. So, you know, that's very, very important. And they're going to be sharing with us tonight some stuff that's really going to be valuable and insightful, and that can help you to get a hold of this business and to do a lot better. So please make sure you're focused, you know, take a lot of notes. We are recording the call. So for those of you who have people on that can't make it, please make sure they get the recording, because this information is very, very valuable. So yeah, let me give it over to you guys. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Oliver. Thank you so much, Oliver. We have a lot to cover in our 30 some odd minutes. But first of all, you know, we have so much to cover here, and I really am so happy, Oliver, that you are recording this, because I think it's really important that you send, every time we do this, I think it's important to record so you can send it to your people, your organization, for those that can't make it. I don't want anyone to miss this information or any of the calls, because they're so valuable. You know, you have Paul and Kathy there, icons in the industry throughout the world. And I have to tell you, well respected throughout the world. For those of you that have had an opportunity to work with them and to see them in person, you know that they're very special people, and we are absolutely so incredibly fortunate to have them as our leaders. Just a little bit on our background, because I think it's important that when you're really edifying the upline, or you're talking about who you're in business with, it's important to me to know who I'm getting involved in business with. So we always edify Paul and Kathy, and I think it's really important that you know each other's backgrounds. So when you're talking to a prospect or you're courting someone, you know, everyone wants to be part of a team. You want to edify your sponsor, you want to edify your upline. The GPG group, the Global Partners Group, as most of you know, maybe there are some new people on the line here that don't know, but the Global Partners Group, or GPG as we are known, we're co-founders with Paul and Kathy and Carrie Dean. And I have to say, we are so incredibly proud, really proud to be part of the GPG group, because we are well respected throughout the world. I know corporate loves working with us, and we love working with corporate. They respect us. They, and you know, a couple of reasons why is because we train our people. We support our people, and we support them until they see success. We don't want to leave. Our motto is,
we leave no one behind.
We leave no one behind. But you have to be coachable, and you have to attend the calls. Reach out to us, Paul and Kathy, to your sponsor, to your leader. We work as a team here. And Lone Rangers, and I have to tell you, don't be a Lone Rangers. Lone Rangers will die on the vine for sure. So we need to work as a team here, and I want to make sure, Oliver, that everyone has our contact information. Please, please, please feel free to reach out to us. If you have a room full of people, or if you want to do a one-on-one call, or a third, you know, use us for third party, or introduce us to anyone, we are available. Paul and Kathy are available. A little harder for them right now because they're traveling, but we are available for you. So just briefly, our background. My background, we've been involved in this industry for 30 years, and we've been waiting for this company for 30 years. We have been to the top of every company we've been involved in, but the only thing about changing companies, you know, we have a great group. Your group, it's not your group that lets you down, it's always corporate. And when we looked at this company, we looked for a year and a half for a company. We were doing this one last time. It had to be the right decision. It had to feel good. It had to have all the elements. We had to check off every criteria that was on our list. And I have to tell you, we're 4 years into Jeunesse, and it has been the best business decision we have ever made, bar none, and one of the best life decisions we have ever made. And I know you want to pipe in too.
No, it's just that, what we have here is really a unique situation. First of all, the GPG group is very unique in this industry. There's not very many, I'm not aware of any other group that actually is built with a philosophy that help everyone, not just anyone in your downline, but help anyone within that group. And that's designed that if you have somebody that you may know that is in Toronto, then you can let them know that, you know what, they're not all by themselves, because there's part of the GP2 group here in Toronto, Canada, that would actually help them, even though we would not receive anything financial from that, because they're not in our enrollment tree. So the only way you're going to build an international business, if you have a mindset that, you know what, you're going to help anybody and anyone in your hometown, so that you can expand, across the country, across the water, across the globe. So with that, when you're looking at expanding a business, there's three things that we always say to do. You see the people, you share the product, and you show the plan. And how often you do that every day determines your success rate in this industry. And right now, there's no better time to be doing all three of those because of the excitement of what's happening on the globe. So we want to focus on that third part of showing the plan.
We're going to cover the marketing plan very briefly and keep it so simple, because I am the type of person who likes to keep things simple, super simple, and duplicatable. It's so key. So we're going to cover that in a moment. But when you get someone involved in your business, the type of people that you want involved in your business, number one, someone who has a prosperity mentality, not a poverty mentality. Someone says to you, oh, Judy, I just don't have the money. I can't get started. I can't afford it. But you will know if they have a prosperity mentality or a poverty mentality by the answer to this next question you ask them. You're going to ask them, look, if I can show you how to come up with that money, if we work together to come up with the income, or I give you some ideas, so I am here to help you see success as soon as possible and to build a great team, because I think you'd be great. I've also said to people, if you really understood this and you start building this team here, you'd be lethal. I've said that to people because I truly, and I say it with pure sincerity, if I really think that this person would be great. So what you want to do is you want to ask them this next question. You want to say, look, if I can help you come up with the money, or if I can find a way where we can, get you rolling, will you get started? So how you're going to do that, if they say, well, of course, how can I do that? We believe so strongly that if there is a will, there is a way. And we started with zero money a long time ago, back in the 80s, where I didn't have $350 to start my business when I was with this other company. We went downstairs in the basement and went through boxes of stuff, just stuff, and sold it until I came up with $350 to start this business, and it changed my life. It changed our life.
Yeah, they were wedding gifts.
They were old. They were actually. They were old wedding gifts that no one uses. But someone bought them. Someone bought them. So now a couple of questions before I get into the marketing plan and making the money here. The strategy is if you want to ask this person three questions. You always want to ask people, what are you looking for, Oliver? I hope you don't mind me asking you this question, but what are you looking for? I'm curious. I hope you don't mind me asking. And then you tell me, well, I'm looking, to pay off my mortgage, to buy another house, to educate my kids, send them to private school. I'd like to take them on a cruise, whatever it is. You need to know what they want. So Oliver, I'm curious. I hope you don't mind me asking this, but what are you looking for from this business? What do you want? Or if money wasn't an issue, what would you really want to do? And find out what they want. Many times if I'm shopping, I remember was having a pedicure, and I was sitting beside someone, and I said, we started chatting, and I said, I hope you don't mind me asking you this, Tracy, but what are you looking for? What are you looking for in life? And we started to chat. Well, Tracy not only came to our university, she came to our cabin for the retreat. She came in at the Ambassador Pack, bought more product than Revita Blue, and now she's going to Expo, and we're working together. So that question really does work. What are you looking for? Another thing you can also say to people is, if I can show you how you could match or double your full-time income without affecting your full-time career or job, would that be of interest to you? Because, oh my gosh, I think it'd be great. Or, listen, I ask people in a store, you know, do you work here full-time? Yeah, I do. Do you enjoy your job? Well, you know, it's a job. I'll say, oh my gosh, you'd love what I do. So you really want to ask the questions. You know what? Hey, if money wasn't an issue, what do you really want to do? Another thing, when you get people into your business, ask them again, what are you looking for? What type of income would you like to see by the end of the year? What type of income? Where do you want to see your business? So if they're just getting started and they say, I'd like to be executive by the end of the year, wrong answer. They don't understand, because people can become an executive within their first day, within their first week. So you want to stretch them and say, oh my gosh, you know what? You can absolutely do that. I can help you probably do that within your first week or within your first month. Let me show you how. So that's a second question. You know, where do you see yourself? What type of income would you like to see in the next year? What type of income would you like to see in 2 years? So if someone says to me, I want to make $10,000 a month, you know, by spring or by the end of the year, that's doable. You show them how to make $10,000 a month, and we're going to show you in 1 second when we have the marketing plan here. This is such a simple business, not easy, but it's simple. And the reason it's not easy is because we're dealing with people.
And they're very
There they are. They change their mind. You may get someone in your business that will come in at the ambassador pack and then and be so excited, and then all of a sudden a week later you never see them. They don't return your calls. As Jim Rohn, my favorite philosopher, has said, the crows got them, or their negative Uncle Joe got them. So the question, first one, what are you looking for from this business? The second one is, how much time are you willing to put in this? Where do you see yourself at the end of the year? So it's really important that you go over their memory jogger list first. A memory jogger list is critical. And you want to help them with this. You want to help them with the memory jogger list. You want to say, Oliver, I want you to write down a list of people who have a prosperity mentality, people who have had it and lost it, who've had a lot of money and lost it, people who have a positive attitude, people who have a great circle of influence, and most important, people who have a great reputation. They're of integrity. Very important. So when you approach people, I often say, my favorite line is, you know what, Oliver, I hope you don't mind me asking you this, but do you keep your income options open? Or do you know anyone that keeps their income options open? I'm growing a business in your city. Or if you meet someone in a restaurant or socially and they're from, you know, let's say Dallas, Texas. Oh my gosh, you're kidding. I'm growing a business in Dallas, Texas. I'm looking for people who keep their income options open. And they might say, well, what do you do? Or you know, oh, really? What do you do? And that starts a conversation. They may say, well, what about me? Well, I'm interested. So that is another great line you can use. Once you get someone involved in their business, it's really important that they get on J-Mobile and you understand, you have them print off this. So I hope that everyone has printed this rank advancement sheet off. Oliver, I know you sent out the email I sent to find it and download it. Make sure,
we plasticize it.
And we plasticize it.
You use it.
Yeah, you
always.
use it. You'll always use it. Make sure your brand new person have this, always. And J-Mobile.
I like that, and I also like giving them that sapphire sheet, which visually shows them how to make 12 executives.
Yes. Absolutely. And another thing I love them to look at too is I like them to go to their website, click on opportunity, and scroll down to the financial rewards video. That explains the marketing plan so they understand how it works.
Yeah, well, see, we use this not necessarily in the training of a brand new distributor, but actually in recruiting a brand new person.
Yeah.
Because then when we're seeing the people and we're talking about the products, and science has proven our products. I mean that they're standalone. Each of the products in the Yes system could be a company by itself. They're that strong, and we're seeing that over $100 million a month. Obviously, the products are incredible. But we use this as a recruiting tool because people say, well, how do I make any money? And usually people, 9 times out of 10, people say, like, how can I make at least $10,000 a month? And so we just basically go through the rank advancement, and it goes to Ruby, because Ruby is basically a $10,000 a month income based on just the cycles and then the math check.
Just alone.
So I mean, you know, we have 7 areas of income, and just with one area income with the cycles, we basically break it down for them. And the way we explain the match, which when we first got involved in the company, we were on the phone with Wendy Lewis, founder of the company. And I said, you know, out of the 7 areas, where is the area that is the most lucrative? And, you know, I said, is it the cycle or the match? And she said, by far, it's the match check. Because if you're picking up 30% override on your personally sponsored, which is unheard of in this industry, unheard. Because if you've got 10 customers, you're going to get 30%. Now think of it this. Now think, if I had sponsored Oliver, I wish I hadn't, I wish I did, but if I had sponsored Oliver and he's a Ruby and he's doing 200 cycles per month and I'm at 30%, that's out of $7,000 on the cycles, I'm picking up 30%. So how many Olivers would I like to have?
Or help.
Or help. And the plan allows you to have as many as possible. Now let's take that one step further. What if Oliver sponsored Paul and Kathy? Well, he'd be pretty happy. And what if Oliver was just still a Ruby? We know he's going to break that. But what if he's a Ruby and Paul and Kathy are a diamond? Well, you know what? They're doing 1,000 cycles a month, which is $35,000 US.
A month.
He would earn 30% of that $35,000. Now,
just as a Ruby.
Would he be excited? Absolutely. Now, would he probably want to go and help other individuals? That's the power. And within 4 or 5 minutes, someone who's never been in this industry, get it. This is a business of help. And so, well, how do you start? Number one, you get to executive. And you get to executive and you teach people to get to executive. And that's all this business is about, is building executives. And then the structure comes to a sapphire level where you've got at least 12 of those, and you teach people to do that, and then you go to the director positions.
So for this person that I just sponsored, I said to her, we got together the other day, we went over her list, and I'm asking questions. Who's this person? Who's that person? What's their motivator? How do you know them? What's their hot button? So we went over her list. So I know what's on her list and who's on her list. And then I said, well, what we need to do right now, Tracy, is we're going to get you to executive as soon as possible. You know, let's try and get there this week, but we have to work quickly. The sense of urgency is critical. It's really critical.
You want their story, you want a return on investment as quickly as possible.
So what we do is I say, okay, let's have coffee with people this week. Let's get as many videos sent out. I help her with the verbiage. And all I say, she has one couple that she's courting right now. And in her email, she said, hi, I'm not going to use it, Joe, let's say it's Joe. Hi, Joe and Barb. It's Tracy here. Listen, I have something I'd like you to take a look at. And she wasn't sure if it was for them. She said, it may or may not be for you. I don't know, but I haven't been able to get you out of my mind. There's a short video here. I want you to take a look at it. Please do this for me. As well as just to give you a little more information, they won Business of the Year award along Google, AT&T, Sony, Cisco systems. They're getting massive positive media attention, and we're winning all kinds of awards. They're such a well-respected company, but most of all, their products are having such an incredible positive effect in people's lives. Yeah, and even though they're only 8 years old, but they did $5 billion. Yes. The products are that good. Check it out. I'll call you tonight. So when you call people back after sending them out the videos from J-Mobile, which I love J-Mobile, I also love and have great success with the Business at Home article. And if you don't have it, I think it's posted on, where is that?
It's on GPT Live, but you can also just download the app, Business from Home.
Business from Home, and it's on there. It's the latest one where it talks about our company doing $5 billion in 8 years, and it's all about third-party credibility, third-party testimonial. So when I call them back, never wait for them to call you because they never call you. I call them because I said to them, I'm calling you tonight to follow up. If there's a sense of urgency, I don't want to wait another day. I don't want to wait a week to follow up. You let them know you're following up right away. Now, when you call these people, I never, ever, ever, ever say, did you see the video? Did you look at it? I don't say that. You want to create the sense of urgency and the excitement. So what you say is, wasn't that an incredible video? Wasn't that incredible information? Or didn't I tell you you were going to be impressed by this? Or now you know why I was thinking of you. Isn't this an incredible company? Aren't the products just don't they just knock your socks off? And they might say to you, oh, Judy, I haven't had an opportunity to look at it. But because you've raised, because, you want to go check the dog? We have a big dog. You want to raise their excitement. You want to raise their sense of urgency in their mind because it's how you got on the phone with them initially. Hi, Joe. Hey, listen, it's Judy here. Wasn't that an unbelievable video? Or now you know why I was thinking of you. Or now you know why I wanted you to look at this. I don't care if they haven't looked at it. You've raised their excitement level. And they might say, oh my gosh, Judy, I haven't been able to look at it. I've been so busy and I want to know, when can you look at it, Joe? It's that important. I mean, and you are going to know why after you look at the information I sent you. You'll so get it. You'll understand it. So it's always creating that sense of urgency. And I always say, like, this business is not for everyone. Network marketing is for everyone, but not everyone is for network marketing. And what I say to these people, if they say, is this network marketing or is this MLM? I always say, absolutely. Isn't that a brilliant business model? Absolutely. Isn't that a brilliant business model? Now I know why, Richard Branson, Virgin Airlines, Virgin Cosmetics, and Warren Buffett, why they're buying up network marketing companies or even starting their own. Brilliant business model, isn't it, Joe? And they kind of look at you as if, they don't understand. So what I say to them is, I'm going to send you some information. I'm going to knock your socks off. So what I say to Tracy, what I said to her is, let's get you an executive as soon as possible. I went over her memory jogger list and I say to her, let's start seeing some people right away. And she said to me, boy, you work quickly, don't you? I said, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely, we work quickly. Let's start. So now she has my whole week, this week, all lined up with seeing people over coffee, seeing people in restaurants. She's going to get some people into her home to do a business launch. She's invited people. What you want to say in your email or your business launch is this. If you're texting, if you're emailing it, putting on Facebook, whatever it is, to invite friends to a restaurant, to your family, to private area in a restaurant or to your home, you say, I'm launching my business and I want to thank all my friends and family for their support. And I'm having a business overview, letting you know what I do. We're going to have cocktails. We're going to have, wine and cheese. We're going to have coffee and tea, whatever it is. Get together with your group and you work together as a team to make it happen. But go through this. Now, what I say to people is, if they say, well, how do you make money? I'll say, oh my gosh, there are 7 ways to make money here. I said, but imagine this. I said, imagine this, Tracy. If you, never say if I'm sponsoring you, say if you, you always the other way around. Say if you sponsor me, someone like me, and I'm successful, and my check is, I don't know, my check is, let's say, $7,000 a month, or
one area of income,
and it's only one area of income, and you have 10 customers, Tracy, you're going to earn 30% of that. So what's 30% of $7,000? $2,100. So, and she looks at me and I said, Tracy, that's one way.
And that's just one person.
Now, I know we're running out of time, but I want to get to the first mover advantage, which is so important. There's so much to cover here, and I know I'm talking quickly, but this is just, but it is, it is recorded. I keep forgetting that. Okay, so
first mover.
The first mover advantage. If you should have 20 people in your pipeline at various stages of exposure at all times. A lot of them you're still courting, but they're in your pipeline at various stages of looking at the business, or maybe you saw someone last month or a couple of months ago, but they're still in your pipeline. Keep 20 people.
Always.
Now, the first mover advantage is probably the most powerful tool you have in building your business and creating a sense of urgency. And how you use it is like this. Let's say I have 20 people in my pipeline. Now, you have to be very honest and sincere, and it has to be true. And I go back to Tracy, and I did with Tracy because I am courting other people. I said, Tracy, this is before she signed in. I said, Tracy, I have other people I'm courting right now that are taking a serious look at this business. And I know they're going to be making their decision, but I would love to get you in first because I'd love to have them in your business. And 100% of their volume will count for you. I'm sponsoring them, but they're going to be in her tree. 100% of that volume will count for her for cycling, remember? So I say to her, Tracy, 100% of that volume will count for you. And it would be such a shame for you to miss that volume. Plus, I really think you could be, you're a great leader. I love working with you. So, please, let me know your decision, or if this is something that's of interest to you, let's get rolling here. So if she says, well, okay, I'll go to the next person. Whoever comes in first, I go to the next strong person or another strong person, and I'll say the same thing. Oh, Bob, you know what? I'm courting a lot of people right now, and I'd love you to get in because all these people who are coming in, 100% of that volume will count for you, but we really need to get rolling here. I need to know. I really need to know. So
that's why you need at least 20 people.
Yeah.
If you can't do that with one or two.
No,
you need that pipeline constantly full.
So Tracy came in right away. She said, I'm in. She said, I'm in.
I mean, yeah. I mean, why wouldn't the fear of loss? I mean, get in there, and she said, well, listen, I can get in right now, but I can't really start building for 10 days. Well, great. We can get together and we can go through the list and put together a plan.
Okay. So let me tell you what she did say. She said, I'm in, but I can't, and I respect this. She says, I'm in, but I can't do anything for 2 weeks because she had a wedding. She had a horse show. She had legitimate things where she was morning, noon, and night, didn't have a second. I understood that. I said, Tracy, let me tell you what I can do for you. Let's get you placed. Let's get you positioned first. I respect the fact, Tracy, that you can't do this for 2 weeks. You can't do this right now, but at least let's get you positioned now. Get in, get registered, and other people that are coming in will fall below you because I am working with some other people. But let's get you in now. So when you are ready to really rock and roll here in a couple of weeks, you'll have a few people underneath you in your business, and 100% of their volume will count for you when they start to really build their business. You don't want to miss that. So she got positioned right away. She couldn't start for 2 weeks, but now she's rocking. But you have to respect where people are at.
And it's something as simple as that by getting your team focused with a mindset of always having a pipeline full. I mean, a minimum of 20 people. There will be those that have more, but for the average person, 20 would be key. So as we sponsored Tracy, we had to fill our pipeline up again. Yeah. So we're always at 20. Now think of the power of that as a leader within your organization.
Or 40.
If your entire team had 20 people that they were working with at a consistency every month, think of what would happen. The numbers are there, guys. The numbers will prove themselves. As they say, the proof will be in the printout, because people will come in every 6 months. Something happens to someone's life where things change. So even though they may have said no to you back in December, they may be ready to get involved with you this September. You never know.
And so, the question you want to ask everyone, you want to talk to everyone you meet. Do not prejudge. We've learned that big time. Do not prejudge, because very quickly, I know we're running out of time, very quickly, Ian and I were at a conference with another company years and years and years ago. We were sitting in the front row.
It happened to Jeunesse.
I know it did. We were sitting in the front row, and there was a guy two seats away. And Ian and I look over, and we knew this guy. We knew this guy. And someone else in another organization sponsored him. He was on our list and we didn't call. But you know what the killer was? The killer was when he looked at us and he said, oh my gosh, why didn't you call me? I would have loved to have worked with you guys. Now listen to this. One last one. This happened with us in Jeunesse.
First year.
We were in the first year, that's right. We were sitting in the audience and this guy's on stage and I said to Ian, oh my gosh, this guy was a diamond on stage and we knew him. And he was in someone else's organization and he came up to us and he said, I didn't know you guys were in this.
Yeah, he lives 3 hours from us.
I would have loved to work with you. Now that's the killer. So anyway, you really want to talk to as many people and ask them this question. If I can show you a way where you could match or double your full-time income within a year, would that be of interest to you? They say, I'm too busy. I'll say, hey, I work with people like you. You have the contacts and the credibility. I have the time and knowledge.
Yeah, remember that.
Remember that is such a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one, especially with professionals. You have the contacts and the credibility. I have the time and knowledge because I work with a dynamic team. And we're here to help people like yourself see success as soon as possible. See a fantastic residual income. So use those words.
Mm-hmm.
Use the verbiage. There's so much that we have to talk about. But
we'll be back next week.
But we can be back next week. If you have a particular topic you want us to cover, maybe go into more detail, please let Oliver know or let us know, and we can cover that on future calls.
And this Wednesday, of course, you've got Cape Town. It's going to be an amazing event. Who do you know in Cape Town? And who do you know that may know people in Cape Town? And then I believe it's on Friday, you have Swaziland. So, I mean, you have some major events to build towards this week. Get your pipeline, get them out, get them in front of the people who are putting on the presentations.
And use us. Use us. If you all, each and every one of you fill a room in your living room, you can have us Skype in. Use us. We are here. We're available to help you in any way. So with that,
have a great week,
that was
guys.
a lot of info in such a short period of time. Have a fantastic week. And
I'll turn it back to you, Oliver.
Turn it back to you, Oliver.
Wow. I'm just sitting here myself and I'm just like, me and Jason are busy WhatsApping each other back and forth saying this is ridiculous. So no, it's just good stuff. So I hope everyone understands the value, because that was awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Ian and Judy. If everyone applies what you've shared tonight, there's no reason they shouldn't take their business to the next level.
Absolutely.
Definitely, I can vouch personally for saying the 20 people in your pipeline at all times is absolutely critical. Just make sure that if you have those people in the process, that you've sent information and you've scheduled follow-up calls with them, and you just go through the numbers. Like Paula says, the success is in the show. Don't worry about the results. Focus on the process, and then you will get the results. So very, very well said. And me and Jason actually used that line that you were talking about too. Because we found we met a lot of successful people, and they all came up with the objection of, you know what, we don't have the time. And we would say, don't worry, you've got the contacts and credibility. We've got the time. So we work well together, and that's how we opened up quite a lot of people that have networks, that have a lot of money, that didn't have the time. And we ended up finding some people through them that we're still working with today. And they actually fell off, some of them, and ended up doing something else, but we're still working with people in their team. So it's just brilliant advice. Thanks so much for sharing.
Well, thank you. And again, Oliver, I'd like to just really mention that I'd like everyone on this call to make sure that they send it down to their organization, make sure their people look at it, because I think, you might pick up one little tidbit of information that might just explode your business. One little thing, one little word, a verbiage, anything that could explode your business. So get it down to your organization. And again, Oliver, please let us know what you would like us to talk about, because there's so many things we can talk about. But that marketing plan, keep it simple. Keep it so simple. That rank advancement sheet that you print off, plasticize it, and use it as a recruiting tool as well, and make sure your brand new person does the same, and you go through it with them. They have to know what executive means, getting to all the next levels. And if they take a look at it, you know, the most important question for me is how much time you're willing to put into this to get to where you want to go. And the correct answer is until we get there. So with that, everyone have an amazing week. Let us know.
Can I just
help you.
Ian and Judy, I just wanted to ask, I was having lunch with Paula and Kathy today, and they were saying, why don't we rather have one call a week? Because we're doing Sunday nights and we're doing Monday nights.
Well,
so we're thinking maybe we do a Sunday or a Monday. So I wanted to maybe
whatever works for you.
Whatever works for you.
So what I want to do right now quickly, if everyone doesn't mind, in the chat box, just type S for Sunday or M for Monday, and let's see how many. Let's do a vote right now, and whoever, if you don't vote, you can't complain. So put a S or M, and I'm gonna count the S's and M's.
Oh, we're tied right now.
Oh my God!
Hey, Ian and Judy, you get to vote too. So put in an S or M there. I'm voting as well. I don't know what I'm gonna do actually.
We'll do S or M.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Why don't you do this? Ask the rest of your organization too, and let us know.
We're very flexible, guys.
We are flexible.
Okay, so let's tally. I'll tally this up so long, and then we'll also do it on the groups, and we'll come to a decision by tomorrow, hopefully.
Sure, and we're flexible, so not a problem.
Awesome. Well, for those of you on the call, we're in Cape Town. Paula and Kathy are speaking live on Wednesday night at the Doubletree Hilton. We also have a home event in Sea Point tomorrow night. So if anyone wants to send people to that event in Sea Point, please do. I'll be there. And then they're still speaking next weekend, I believe, as well in Swaziland. So they still got quite a few things happening. Paul, do you want to add anything?
I'm sorry, I was just laughing at
Kevin. That's very funny, Kevin.
Kevin is a very funny guy. Paul, would you like to add anything? I know you've been traveling with Paula, and maybe you can just tell us a little bit about how that went and things. Just, I don't know if she can hear us, but
she says unmute her. You have to unmute her.
Oh, hold on. Okay, I've unmuted you now.
Hi, family. Yes, I would love to add something. How are you doing, Judy and Ian?
Good.
Great, thank you.
Yes. Yes, I would like to add something. Guys, Swaziland is going to be buzzing. I would like to remind you that Swaziland currently is #2 in Africa. And GPG is currently 100%. So if you have people there, you will want to get them to that meeting. I'm telling you, you will want to get them to that meeting if you have, even if it's one person there, it will start building the team for you. And it's only GPG there, so it's going to be an awesome meeting. We are looking forward to at least 250 or 300 people, you know, minimum 250. So it's going to be an awesome meeting.
Wow. 250.
Over to you, Oliver. I really,
wow,
Gerald was saying good things about Swaziland, and I know because I've been going there. I mean, every day they introduce onto the team more than 5 people every day.
Wow.
So it means it is very lucrative. And go to your teams and find out who do you know in Swaziland, who do you know in Swaziland, and let's just make sure that, you know, we dominate and we continue dominating them.
Wow, that's fabulous.
That is fabulous. I wish we were there next year.
You'll be here soon. You'll be here soon.
I know.
We want to build in Canada too. I love Canada. I was just
great.
there. We would love to build in Canada too.
Yes.
Hey, listen. We have a retreat next year. You saw pictures from our retreat we had a few weeks ago.
We need to have it in South Africa.
Hey, we'd love you all to come over to our cabin. We'll feed you. You can stay there. We've slept how many people? We had
24.
We had 24 people sleep over. We were in cots and sleeping bags, but boy, did we feed you. We'll feed you. It was
Count us
so much
in.
fun. What's that? It wasn't Zen
I'm
Body.
saying count us in. We will be coming to your cabin.
Good.
I can't wait. I can't wait. But I do have to tell you, the food that we serve is not Zen Body
Approved.
compliant.
Hey, we're allowed to have a cheat day. Even Mark McDonald said, go off plan and then go on plan.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. But
All
if you
right.
take a look at the pictures from the retreat, I mean, we just had a blast. It was so much fun.
Well,
So with that, thank you, Oliver, for having us on. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mapo. Say give
Awesome.
Laura.
Awesome, guys. I'm going to post the recording for everyone in the groups now. And then if anyone has any questions, please let us know. And please make sure you implement what you've learned tonight. Go print that rank advancement sheet,
Oh, for sure.
you know, and get 20 plus people in your pipeline. And if you don't have 20 in your pipeline, which I can tell you right now, most people on this call don't, it's something you need to start doing, because then you'll start to see your business take off. I can vouch for that personally. I can tell you it works. So it's just about speaking to more people. Pick up the phone, get more people looking at the information and taking them through the process, and stay focused on that, just the process. Don't worry about the yes or the no. Have an awesome evening, everyone, and I look forward to seeing some of you in Cape Town live this week. And we'll post details in the WhatsApp group for anything else. Have an awesome evening, guys.
thanks so
Thank
much. And do some Facebook Lives from the
Oh,
events.
yes,
Love
for
to see them
sure. Facebook Lives for sure.
from the events.
Oh, and by the way, I posted
Thank you
GPG
so much.
Live. Facebook Live link is here in the chat. So if you haven't joined the GPG Facebook Live group, go join it, because that's where you said that article you guys uses there, hey, which is very powerful too for credibility.
I'm pretty sure if it's not, we'll get it uploaded.
If it's not, we'll get it uploaded, because I use it all the time. It's very good.
Yeah, please send that to us so I can forward it to the team.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Mm.